Welcome to Whiteboard Programming, where we simplify programming with easy to understand whiteboard videos, and today I'll be sharing with you what is forking in blockchain, the difference between hard forks and soft forks, and how they work in blockchain technology. So let's get started. By definition, forking is a term that refers to a situation where cryptocurrency or token project needs to make technical updates to its code. And these updates are either applied to the backend of a project with no major changes in the service, or they fundamentally change the complete scope of the original project. Now, you must have thought sometime that why is there Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, Bitcoin Gold, Bitcoin Unlimited, Bitcoin XTT, and many more other versions of Bitcoin, as they all seem to be the same coin? Well, to make sense of this question, let's take up a scenario and talk about scalability debate. Miners use their computing power to look for new blocks to add to the blockchain, and as you all know, for a transaction to be valid, it must be added to a block in a chain, and this is where the problem really arises. That's because primarily every block has a size limit of 1 MB, and that's why only a limited number of transactions can go at once. Earlier it was manageable, but now as Bitcoin has become popular, block size has become a bigger issue. As in its current block size, it can handle only up to 4.4 transactions per second, whereas big credit card companies can clock at the rate of 1400 transactions per second. So in case tomorrow a mass adaptation of Bitcoin happens, it would not clearly become an ideal choice, as most of the time your transactions won't just go through in real time. And to make up to this benchmark, there's something called as replace by fee system, where let's say A needs to send 10 bitcoins to B, but unfortunately the transaction is not going through because of a backlog. Now, as A cannot leave the transaction simply because that bitcoin once spent cannot come back, if A does another transaction of 10 BTC, but this time with a transaction fee high enough to incentivize miners, what will happen is the previous transaction will be overridden with the new one, and the new transaction, that is the one with the transaction fee, would be added to the block. While this replace by fee system is quite profitable for miners, not many users are comfortable with it, and even when you try to pay the lowest transaction fee possible, still the transaction might be processed in about a median time of 10 minutes. Now, here the debate starts. If there's a larger block size, it will fetch more processed transactions, which in turn will fetch more fees to the miners. But however, some miners believe that they would be losing large portion of the block pool, and it will result in less opportunity for replace by fee system, as individual transactions will decrease significantly. Now, to solve this dilemma, forking is something which comes as a solution. To state simply, forking is said to happen when a blockchain splits into two branches, and it can happen as a result of a change in consensus algorithm or any other software changes. Further, depending on the nature of change, the fork can be categorized into hard fork and a soft fork. A hard fork is a permanent divergence from the previous version of the blockchain, where nodes running the previous version will no longer be accepted as the newest version. A hard fork is a radical change to the protocol that makes previously valid blocks or transactions invalid. So, any transaction on the forked, that is the newer chain, will not be valid on the older chain. All nodes and miners will have to upgrade to the latest version of the protocol software if they wish to be on the new forked chain of the network. A hard fork requires users of the chain to make the choice between one chain or the other one. But do keep in mind that a hard fork is usually done only when there is enough support from the mining community, and only when the majority of the miners give positive signal towards the upgrade or the fork, then only the developers of the chain starts working on the upgraded code. And in any typical case, the support should come from at least 90 to 95% of the miners. A good example of a hard fork was when Bitcoin Cash came into existence. Previously, Bitcoin was the dominant player in the cryptocurrency game, but as transaction time slowed and the fees started to rise, the future of Bitcoin came into question, and thus Bitcoin Cash was made. While both of them are Bitcoin, the major difference between the two is the size of the block. Bitcoin Cash, that is BCH, has a block size of 8 MB, whereas Bitcoin or BTC has a block size of 1 MB. On the contrary, a soft fork is said to happen when a change to the software protocol keeps it backward compatible. What this means is that the new forked chain will follow the new rules and will also honor the old rules. Further, the original chain will also continue to follow the old rules, but this kind of fork requires only a majority of miners upgrading to enforce the new rules, as opposed to the hard fork, which requires almost all nodes to upgrade and agree on the new version. For example, you can think of this as a basic security update for your computer. Lastly, forks can occur for many reasons, be it cultural differences, technical enhancements, or simply what different developers value. If we look up to an ideal world, soft forks would allow network to remain intact while constantly adding new features, but in case of a major difference like Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash, it may be the best possible scenario. With that, I hope this video was helpful to you and served value. If you love my content, be sure to smash that like button, and if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please do, as it keeps me motivated and helps me create more content like this for you.